and gentlemen, welcome back to In the Paint podcast, week number 2, episode number 2, whatever you want to call it. My name's Calvin. I'm a co-host. It's my brother, Gage.
My name's Gage.
Yep, other co-host of the show. We're starting off the show strong this week with a recap of last week of the comment section itself, listener shoutouts and reactions. And we're gonna go over what we're going into in this episode. I'll start with a couple comments, Gage. We got Will Van Hoof in the comment section saying Bryce is 100% a better player than Bronny. W take. Right behind that, we have Carter going Bryce or Bronny is crazy. The classic out of Gage. And then also at Sophie Morgan says Gage is no every time you guys disagree. Shout out to you. Thanks for commenting. Shut the hell up. All right. What do we got going on this week? We have a bunch of stuff that we are talking about. We got hot takes of the week. We're gonna be talking about like what teams are being held back by their coach. Pretty hot topic, I would say. Top 5 overrated players in the league, which that's a hot topic itself. Would you rather build around this guy or that guy? The heat check. And then we'll get out of here pretty quickly, too. I don't think it'll be that long of an episode. Probably pretty much the same as last week. But, Gage, let's get right into it, shall we?
I got to talk about something with you. Ready?
Let's go.
We got to talk about the Lakers getting their asses spanked.
I'm sorry. What are you referring to?
Let's talk about the Bulls.
Okay. If you're saying that getting your asses spanked is losing on a half-court buzzer beater by Josh Little Kid Diddly Giddy, then yeah, by all means, that's a great.
All right. What about the Orlando Magic?
The Orlando Magic one was a tough game. That one was for sure.
I
think we didn't play with any defensive intensity.
And I feel like they took advantage of the Austin Reeves size matchup.
Yeah.
Like Austin's gonna fucking is an amazing like a defender, but like he's a lot smaller, I guess, when the guard like forwards. So
I mean, when you're running, when you have like a Cade Cunningham or like even in their case like a Franz Wagner that you want to like just have go off for 31 points, or even a Paulo Banchero. In the NBA, it's a big like, oh, we screen for this guy. If you don't switch that screen, then there's usually a cut to the basket or it's a wide open three, one of the two, right?
Yeah.
Austin's obviously his biggest downfall is his defense because of his size, right? There's nothing that they can really do about that. That being said, like I still feel confident that like when it comes down to it, if our 5 on the court to end the game is either DFS, Jackson Hayes, and then Vando, Austin Reeves, Luka, and LeBron, I feel like we're fine. And honestly, right now, is it a little like what the hell's going on? Yeah, but we knew there was gonna be growing pains when you have 2 dominant ball handlers, actually probably 3, that can take the ball to the hoop at any given time, right?
Well, I feel
we knew this wasn't gonna be a plug and play.
I feel like your team's adjusted a lot better. Like it's like you can compare this to how the Warriors adjusted to it too.
Yeah.
Like how they just went on that winning streak.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I think like now we're starting to see the holes, right? And now it's JJ Redick's job to figure out what's actually wrong with the team, if there is something wrong with the team, which I'm not convinced that there is. I think
defense is your guys' problem sometimes. Like you guys are motivated to play defense.
Yeah.
And then you guys just, you're like in the seat of basketball.
Shout out to the seat of basketball, huh?
They play 2 good minutes of defense, and then the rest they just, they don't want to play anymore.
I think we play really good defense for the first 10 minutes of the quarter.
And
then that last part, we're like, okay, we're almost done with this. So, like, we don't really have to try that much. And then when you give up 9 points and 12 point something seconds to the goddamn Bulls, what are we doing here?
I think another game was the Grizzlies, too. And that was last night.
Yeah, the Grizzlies game wasn't that bad. Honestly, like, and JJ Redick said in the press conference, every single team that we've played so far treats playing us like the game 7 of their life. Like,
that's
for
true.
whatever reason, they treat us like, oh, we have to beat the Lakers to stay alive, right? They're throwing everything at us. And you know what? I'm not mad at it. We're gonna be playoff tested by the time it comes, right? We'll be ready. But I mean, we go 2-2 on a road trip. I'm okay. We're still sitting at the 4 seed in the West. We still have the possibility moving up to the 2. It's gonna take a lot of luck on our side. We got to beat the Rockets and the Thunder. I believe we have them
We're the
twice yet.
Wolves, the bottom of the freaking West.
Yeah, we'll get to the Wolves later in this episode. Let's talk about who's overrated right now, Gage. Don't say the Lakers.
As a player, or as like
Whichever you want. You want it to be a player. You want it to be a team. I got a team. So if you have a player who you
I
think's
have a
overrated,
player.
Okay, go ahead.
You're not gonna like it.
Okay.
Actually, no, you probably won't even matter.
Hmm.
I had Austin Reeves on here.
Yeah.
Just before you go on here. I just said
Yeah.
because he's a solid role player. It's just a defense, it can be a liability.
Sure.
And it's just from my point of view, it's like a role player getting all this all-star hype. At the same time, he's averaging when LeBron's out, I saw a statistic where he's averaging 28 a game.
No, he's averaging 29.7, 8 rebounds and 7 assists a game.
Yeah, when LeBron's out. So it's you could say he's getting all I can see where it's it's good for him. At the same time,
Yeah.
it's he's a liability on defense a lot of the time. When going against bigger teams,
yeah.
An example is the Orlando Magic.
Yeah. I think Austin's size limits him a lot, obviously.
And he's he's consistent, and then there's just drought where he's just does a little thing. So he does the role player thing. So it's
I think he's the third best option in the league.
Yeah. Well,
bar none. I mean, name a better third option.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I know it's tough off the top of your head, but go ahead.
It's on the Clippers.
Norman Powell?
Yeah.
Norman Powell is not better than Austin Reeves.
I'm not saying he's better, but he's a good third option too.
He's not a better third option than Austin Reeves.
I don't know.
When
you have LeBron and Luka on your team, I mean, it's
okay. I'm glad you said that. Take LeBron and Luka off the team when they were out, and we played against the Denver Nuggets.
That's true.
Yeah. We took them to the end of the game, and Austin Reeves had 29 or 35 or something like that, somewhere in that range, right?
Bronny was carrying.
If you take Kawhi and James Harden off that team, Norman Powell ain't bringing that team up against the Nuggets. That's not even a close game. Nikola Jokic and Jamal Murray might sit out and still win by 40, right? But Austin Reeves and Dalton Connect, hey, they did some things, They did some things.
All right, let's hear yours. I got another one.
I got a team, and this is gonna sound shocking after what we just talked about.
Yeah.
I think the Grizzlies are overrated right now. As the 5 seed in the West. Now hear me out, right?
Yeah.
They don't have a top 20 scorer in the NBA as a 5 seed, right?
Yeah.
Number one. Their top scorer is Jaren Jackson Jr., and he's at 22nd. He's averaging 22.4 a game, which is great. That's a good solid season for a power forward, right? And I think he's averaging something like 8 rebounds a game too. Desmond's averaging almost 19. But this team reminds me a lot of the Hawks that won the East a long time ago, where they had Kyle Korver, Jeff Teague, Al Horford, a bunch of really, really, really good players, but there wasn't a superstar. Because to me, it feels like Ja Morant isn't a superstar right now. It feels like he's just slacking, he's not existent. He's averaging 7 assists a game. I think he's averaging 16 or 17 points. That's not the superstar that Ja Morant is supposed to be that we know of. That's not who everybody expects. We made memes with the guy shooting up in the club because he was a good shooter in the league. Now nobody's even talking about him. Unless him and Josh take that next step to being over elite, I think they're gonna stay in the overrated phase, and that's why their coach got fired, because they're oh well, we think we have all this talent. In reality, you have 3 really good second options. You don't have a first one though. And you're not going to win a title. I don't think. Do you think the Memphis Grizzlies could seriously consider contend for a title this year?
No.
Do you think they could in the next 5 years if they don't add any better pieces?
I think so. I think they can contend. I don't think they're winning though.
Right. I don't. I think maybe.
Ja Morant needs to have those numbers to go all the way with that team, but the problem is he isn't.
He needs to have a 20, 25, 8, and 4 stat line.
Mm-hmm.
And you know what? Shout out to Zach Edey, underrated as hell. People really thought that his game would not transition into the next level. He surprised a lot of people this year. I just don't think that they're gonna go anywhere. And it just proves my point even farther, right? If you have Ja Morant, not saying he's Jeff Teague, but obviously they had different talent at different spots. if you have all these good players in your starting lineup, but you don't have any stars, you can only go so far because when it comes down to crunch time, who's shooting that last shot? Who's
Yeah.
taking it, right? You have to have that guy. And sadly, like you brought up my Lakers, so I'm gonna bring it up again. They have 3 guys who we can trust to take the last shot.
I mean, like,
Austin
yeah,
brought us
you have
back to
more.
yeah.
You
I
can
mean
have
Austin,
Gabe Vincent shooting that.
Gabe
You can
Vincent,
have Dalton Connect.
dog.
You guys have weapons.
We have a deep bench. I'm telling you right now, the Lakers are gonna make a deep run this year, but we'll talk about that later. Do you have a player who's heating up or cooling off right now? Because if you want to, we can keep talking about Austin Reeves because that's the player who's been heating up all year.
That's true. I had that heating up thing on Austin Reeves. I
Yeah,
was just afraid to bring it up, so I was like,
no, we can make
but
this
his,
the
his
Austin
shooting
Reeves
splits are
episode.
his
Right,
shooting
like
splits are like doing great.
dude, his shooting splits are
And it's
insane.
like the
He's
past
averaging
couple of
20
games,
a game.
the past couple of weeks when like LeBron wasn't in there, dude, he was just going off.
Yeah, he averaged like you said, almost 30 a game. He had like 7 or 8 dishes a game, 7 or 8 rebounds a game. I don't remember exactly what the stats were. I'll look it up here in a second. But he right now on the season, he's averaging 20 and 6 as the 3rd player on a team. That's insane stats. And people are complaining. Lakers fans, shut up. For the love of God, shut up. People are complaining, oh, Dalton Connect's minutes are dwindling. He doesn't play defense that much. If we're going to talk about defensive liabilities, Austin Reeves actually hustles. Last night, he was a part of the reason that we won the game because he tipped the pass going inbound, right? Like, he hustles. And Dalton has his stretches where he really, really, really tries. People are trying to say J.J. Redick's a bad coach. I don't understand how when you're 16 games above 500 in the West, which is the most stacked conference we've probably ever seen, you're going to say somebody's overrated. I'll never
Salute to
understand
that.
Salute. Yeah, how's Darvin Ham doing? Shout out my boy Chris. Anyways, you got a hot take this week or no?
No, I don't really.
Okay, well I got one for you. Ready?
Let's hear it. Yeah.
My hot take of the week is after the play-in. If all standings stay the same, right? So let's say the 7 and the 8 beat the 9 and the 10, and all the seeding matches up the way it's supposed to, right?
Yeah.
In the West right now, I think more teams 5 through 8 are going to advance to the second round of the playoffs than 1 through 4.
You think so?
Here, right now, this is how the standings sit. You tell me which one's more favorable matchups, and I'll try to make a case for the underdogs. Ready?
Yeah.
Right now, the 4 versus 5 is the Lakers versus the Grizzlies.
Lakers
I think the
winning.
Lakers take that one. Right?
6, 5 at least.
I'd say 5. Lakers are 5. KFC, UFC, ABC, Lakers are 5. Right? Okay, whatever.
I'll give them an 5. Yeah.
Okay. The other matchups, however, if fully healthy, the Clippers match up with the Nuggets.
I got the
Zubac
Nuggets.
has been playing like a dog this year.
Yeah, but you have the freaking MVP. Nikola Jokic looks
the
like
runner-up. The runner-up to MVP.
No, he's MVP. In my heart, he is.
He's not winning. In your heart, sure, he's not winning MVP.
No, but like if you go look at the stats, like Nikola Jokic is leading about more like stat categories and
I understand.
The shy. And then I was watching something where if you take Nikola Jokic off the floor, the Nuggets are worse with him off the floor than on the floor. If you do it to OKC, Shea, it's like it bothers him, but not as much as the Nuggets.
Well, right, because the Thunder are a significantly more stacked team.
Yeah.
We already discussed this last week. However, the problem is Shea's averaging 33 a game. I understand a lot of it's coming from the free throw line. Don't even try to get me started on it.
Oh, no, I get that. If you go look at James Harden in 2016 and 2020, I mean, he was in the same crap.
Which is exactly why he won it. Yeah. But when you look at the situation like that, we can talk more about MVP later. But I think that the Clippers have the firepower to match up with the Nuggets.
All right.
Okay. So right there, that's one that I think we could kind of go toss up. However, the next two I think are pretty convincing.
Yeah.
The matchups would be Warriors versus Rockets right now.
I have the Rockets.
You have the Rockets, that's fine. But however, Steph has fathered that Rockets squad for years.
Yeah.
And it's no hate to my Houston boys. Shout out to the Bayou City boys, right? But at the end of the day, you can never count Steph out of a 7-game series.
Yeah, I get that.
Especially now they got Jimmy who can lock down somebody.
the James Harden Rockets, and I feel like the Rockets like this year are a lot different.
They are a lot different. They are. Don't get me wrong. I think this team's a lot more based on transition offense and good defense. However, I feel like the Warriors have a case there. And then you have the 8 versus the 1, which is the Wolves versus the Thunder.
Mm.
In the playoffs, they allow a lot more physical contact than they do in the regular season. Shea isn't going to be getting as many. He's not going to be getting as many free throws. I don't think. You take away his
Not
free
gonna
throw
lie,
opportunities.
for the take the team that made it to the conference finals,
Yeah,
I had the Rockets.
you have the Rockets.
I do have the Rockets.
I don't think they're making it past the Lakers.
Just because they're like top 5 in defensive rating.
Sure.
It's like second in the West. Defensive ratings high. You have Dylan Brooks, what goes wrong?
What goes wrong?
No, I mean like
Boo, 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 boo. That's what goes wrong.
the chaos he will cause on the floor.
He ain't gonna
Unless
cause
he
no
doesn't have to
chaos.
play LeBron, we're good.
He's gonna guard Luca,
That's
and Luca's gonna put 32 on his head. Like, we know this. Luca loves playing against pesky little guys like that. Like, we know this. Like, we don't even have to have that debate. But we're moving on to our factor caps statement or segment of the week. Do you have a top 5 point guard who we have not talked about yet?
How about okay? Is it all time, right?
No, right now.
Right now? Oh,
Right now.
they're talking about all time.
Well, go ahead. Give me your all time. I'll give you a right now. How about that?
Okay. Ready?
Mm-hmm.
Detroit, Isaiah Thomas.
I would say Zeke's a top 5 point guard all time. Absolutely, I would agree with that.
Mm-hmm.
I think. Let me see. Let me run through my head real quick. Steph, Magic.
Yeah. Oscar.
I'd probably put Oscar. Maybe. I think it's a toss up at 5 between Zeke and Jason Kidd. Genuinely.
Okay. I have a question there. All right. Ready?
Yeah.
Do you think Derrick Rose is top 5?
A point guard?
I think. Yeah.
Hell no.
I would say I think it's a no because he didn't have like a career to even prove it.
Who said Derrick Rose was top 5 point guard all time?
Well, I'm just asking because that's like
That's a debate topic somewhere?
it's a debate. Yeah.
That's an
like,
elementary school debate. That's some kid who's like a Bulls fan who like watched one YouTube video of Derrick Rose highlights. He's like, Derrick Rose top 5 point guard all time. No.
So all right, what about Russell Westbrook?
Based off stats alone, I mean, you can make the argument if you wanted to. I'm not
Off
going
stats?
to. Yes.
No.
Dude, he's the only player to ever twice average a triple double.
Oh, you have Nikola Jokic there right now though.
Sorry, for point guard. Let me rephrase that.
But okay, but no, Nikola Jokic is a center, like
right, I know.
And his shooting splits are like he's averaging 40-something% from the field goal.
From 3, you mean?
From 3, and
Yeah,
what was the field goal? Like 50-something%?
No, I think his field goal percentage is somewhere around 60.
Look it up.
He does a lot of work in the paint. I think I have it right here actually.
Yeah.
Nikola Jokic field goal percentage 57%.
Pretty close.
Shea is 52.
That's all I'm saying. Just a more efficient player.
Also, by the way, Shea's not sorry, Shy. Shy's not Shy. I don't really care how you say his name. He's overrated. He's not even averaging the most free throws per game in the NBA right now.
Yeah, I know that.
Do you know who is?
Is it Anthony Edwards?
No.
No.
Actually,
Okay.
Maybe. Is it?
Isn't Ant up there?
Ant is currently averaging. Where are you, Anthony? He's getting 6 attempts a game. Oh, okay. There's the LeBron picture. No. Number 1's Giannis, which is.
Is it? That makes sense actually.
Yeah, because he's a physical down low player.
Yeah.
He also has the highest field goal percentage of the top 20 scorers in the league right now.
Well, mainly like majority of his shots are like down low. Like majority of the shots he takes are down low.
Yeah, no, trust me, he's averaging 18% from 3. I think most of the shots he takes should be down low.
Ben Simmons treatment right there.
I mean, he's something. I mean, he's still number 2 in the league. All right. Factor cap. I'm gonna say fact. I think fact that Isaiah Thomas is a top 5 point guard all time. I don't even think. I think a lot of people would probably agree with that. I don't think that'll be a debate very much. Factor cap gauge. Tyrese Maxey is a top 5 point guard in today's NBA. So here, let me read you these stats real quick. He's averaging 26 a game on 43% field goal percentage, 34% from three, 88% from the free throw line. He's averaging 3 boards, looks like 6 assists a game, 2 steals. He is averaging 2.4 turnovers, so it's a very Gage Garcia stat line, but you know. Shout out to them people averaging more turnovers than assists, baby. Do you think that Tyrese Maxey is a top 5 point guard in the NBA?
I think so. Yeah, I think he proved a lot.
I think he's improved a lot. If you had to run through it right now, we're probably looking at what? I'd say. Do you consider SGA to be a point guard?
Yeah, isn't when he came into the league in? Yeah,
I believe so. Okay, so we'll put him at 1. I'm pretty sure, obviously, right?
Well, where do you put Steph Curry then?
I was just gonna say I probably put Steph at 2, maybe 3 if you want to put.
I was
Jalen
gonna have
Brunson
him at 1.
You're gonna have Steph at 1 over SGA?
Yeah.
Brother, you are looking way too much into the you hate SGA. So
No, I'm not talking about like hating. Like I'm not trying to be biased, but like he's leading a team with like a bunch of players that you wouldn't like expect. They're not. They're like starting to climb up the rankings too in the West.
Yeah,
he's getting older.
Yep. He is averaging for the first time, if I'm not mistaken, in his career, less than 40% from 3, though.
Yeah, I mean that's what age comes with, though. Like it's kind of expected to happen.
Is it? I think statistically the other way around. Aren't you supposed to become a better skill player the older you get and less athletic?
I mean, look at LeBron. I mean, he's not dunking as much anymore as he used
LeBron
to.
is yamming on people. Did you not see that Luka post?
No. But like I'm saying, like he's not doing it as much as he used to in his like younger career. I mean, like.
Sure, right. So you're feeding into my point though, is that LeBron is doing less athletic things, more skill-based things. So shouldn't Steph be doing the same thing?
I mean,
that's why
when you're getting doubled, I mean, it's kind of hard.
Oh Jesus, here we go.
Just kidding.
Like what he called her. Okay, so regardless of how you want it, I think SGA, Jalen Brunson, and Steph Curry are top 3, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm not calling Luka a point guard because he's not a point guard. I'm not calling LeBron a point guard because he's not a point guard.
Do you think Jared McCain will be up there in a couple of years?
If he stays healthy, man, let's give the guy a couple years to grow. He's a rookie, damn it.
Dude, he was looking good.
He was looking great. He was looking fantastic. Right now, I think the competition, though, for...
do you think Kyrie's in top 5 or no?
Man, not anymore. But he's
not anymore.
Still probably
post ACL.
Yeah, I think he's still the best one-on-one player in the league. Like, if you have a one-on-one tournament, I think Kyrie's winning it.
I don't know about that in the league.
Yeah,
or just like position.
I think in the league. Who's beating Kyrie in a one-on-one?
A lot of players.
You're high.
No, I'm not talking about like beating him. I mean like competing.
Oh, okay. Well,
but there's a lot of players. Well, playing 1s and 5s are 2 different things.
No, trust me, I'm aware.
So like
I bust you in 1s, but you bust me in 5s every time.
I busted you. Okay, I'm not in this discussion. I beat you last time. There's no point.
All right.
Anyways, but I think
the topic at hand. Go ahead.
Oh, okay. No, just cut me off. I don't want to speak anymore.
Okay, so I think Tyrese Maxey's only competitions really, right? Cade, which I think you're gonna make an argument for because you glaze Cade very heavily. And if you want to put him at 4, we can put him at 4. That's fine. I think the only other competition he really has right now is Damian Lillard, though. And I would probably take Tyrese Maxey over Damian Lillard if I was the owner of a franchise.
Yeah.
So factor cap for a team that would make it to the Western Conference Finals. You already said that you have the Rockets getting
there. Yeah.
I'm going to say that's cap. I don't think that's happening. I already think they're going to lose their first round matchup, but I don't see how they make it past the second round matchup. Not because they're not a good squad, but they're young. Like they haven't had.
They remind me of OKC last year.
Yeah, I can see that. I can see that a lot. I
think
Jalen Green's going to take a massive step.
They developed over the season.
Yeah, absolutely. Alperen Sengun is a dog. I think he'll be fantastic next year. I think Jalen Green's going to take another step into that superstar type of role.
Yeah.
This year I'm going to say cap on it. I like the take though because it is bold, right? Mine is factor cap. The Lakers are going to make the Western Conference Finals.
Mm.
I think it's a fact.
I think if you guys all stay healthy,
Yeah.
and you're playing like the way you are right now, I think so. I just think defense, like the defensive motivation, I guess.
Yeah.
It can't just be one wants to play 10 minutes and then like take a break for a while.
Yep. I would 100% agree.
But it matters who you're getting matched up with too, is the thing.
True.
Like if you're playing like a bigger, more like physical team, and then I think it'd be a run for money.
Yeah, I think it's anybody's game at that point, right? Like I think you have there's a lot of possibilities, but I feel very confident the Lakers match up against the Thunder. I feel very confident if we match up against. There's two teams that scare me, right? Number one, it's the Nuggets because Jamal Murray turns into prime Michael Jordan every single time he plays us in the playoffs for whatever reason, and Michael Porter Jr. somehow becomes the most active shooter of all time. The other one is, I'm not gonna lie to you, it's the Timberwolves. I don't want to see the Timberwolves in the playoffs.
Well, you guys have beaten us multiple times. I wouldn't be afraid at all.
I would be very afraid because of what happened last year.
That's true.
And I feel like Anthony Edwards is a very big revenge seeker. He would
Do you
love
think
to have Luka in a 7-game series.
Do you think players like Anthony Edwards kind of like it's like last year Anthony Edwards wasn't shooting that many threes like the way he is now?
Sure.
I think he's like leading in most three-pointer attempts made this season.
3-point attempts made. He's averaging 4 a game.
I think
Steph
he's leading
Curry's
right now.
averaging 4.4.
Oh, now.
But other than that, he's number 2. So.
True. Oh, so I know I saw a stat a couple weeks ago where he was like number 1. So.
That wouldn't surprise me.
But anyways, I think he's just developing his game to the 3-ball. So now when he comes in the playoffs, he can actually use his like athleticism more.
Yeah.
I think he's just holding back to make his legs fresh. So I know last year playoffs when they met the Mavs in like the conference finals, he was tired. I mean, having to play a 7-game series against Nikola Jokic, I'd be tired too.
I mean, I don't know how much you can really save yourself and then like attribute like this year. I don't know how much,
especially like how he was like going off like.
Yeah, I mean, Ant was averaging what like 30 a night, and except for the nights where he wasn't, where the Nuggets would blow him out, and then he was talking trash to locker room people apparently. So good for you, Ant. You know, seems like a really stand-up guy. He is only 23 though. I'll give you that. He is a young cat. Like he's got a lot of time to develop.
Yeah.
So, do you have a coach that's holding back a team, Gage?
I do. Ready?
Go ahead.
I got Doc Rivers.
Yeah, you know what? I almost put him down.
Did you?
I almost put him down.
Instantly when he came in, they just, oh my God, they started the season off so bad with him. Like, so bad.
I don't know how this man still has an NBA coaching job.
Like, the team they have, they should not be that bad.
No, dude. They have Damian Lillard. Now they have Kyle Kuzma to go with Giannis, right? Like, they have so many perimeter shooting threats. How is your team this bad? Now, granted, when we say, how is your team this bad, and they're still a 6 seed, they're 7 games above 500, I don't think Doc makes it past the season. I think he's gone. I think he's gone immediately following the season. But
that's my take. I think he just, like, when he came in, oh my God, everything just went downhill.
It did.
But there's a couple of times he'll be benching Dame in like fourth quarters. It's like
the most clutch player.
Yeah, like that doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
And he's a passive blowing 3-1 leads. It hasn't been a final since 2010.
Yeah, when he got spanked by Kobe Bryant.
Yeah.
I mean, he had a great squad in 09 too when he won. Don't get me wrong. His system kind of worked back then, but it's we're past that, you know. We're done with the 90s, is I think what the kids say nowadays, you know. I think Tom Thibodeau is holding back the New York Knicks.
So isn't he like playing their stars like a crap ton of minutes?
Dude, I'm pretty sure he played Mikal Bridges over 40 minutes like almost every single game this season.
Yeah.
Which is insane.
Like, are they going to come to the playoffs and they're going to be like legs done?
They're going to be dead. They're not going to be able to do anything.
I think they're a really good regular season team, but they're not a good playoff team.
Yeah, I'd agree. You want to hear a crazy stat?
What?
The New York Knicks have 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4 out of the top 5 players in total minutes played this year. Sorry, 4 out of the top 15 minutes played this year. They have Mikal Bridges at number 2, playing almost 38 minutes per game.
Mm-hmm. So I
They
know
have
Josh
Josh
Hart's
Hart,
playing.
almost 38 minutes per game.
Yeah.
They have OG Anunoby, 37 minutes per game. They have Jalen Brunson, 35 minutes per game. If I scroll down here, I'm pretty sure I'm going to find out. Yep, there he is. Karl Anthony Towns, 35 minutes per game. Let me see. Is there anybody else? Nope. You know why? Because that's 5 players, Gage. And how many players do you get to start in a game of basketball?
5.
5. And Tom Thibodeau is overworking his stars so damn much that it is insane at this point. It is insane at this point. Get him off the New York Knicks, man. It is atrocious how much they are overworking some of the best players in the league. And you know what?
Oh, yeah,
Go ahead.
There you go. You go.
Well, like they have so much talent on that bench that they could be developing and making into a player who they could actually like rotate in. I think Tom just forgets that he has players that he needs to rotate. I think he's just like, crap. Yeah, Mitchell, get in. Yeah, I forgot. My bad. Yeah, go. Just a bad coach with bad rotations, and he overworks them, and the practices apparently are intense as hell.
Like, they can't be as bad as Miami though.
I don't know, man. I don't know.
Miami, I know the Heat. I know they have like a very strict schedule for like their diets.
Yeah, I'm sure they do. But
They need to
Tibbs
be
makes
under like
these guys play 37 to 38 minutes every single night.
Yeah,
it's atrocious. All right,
with the Bucks though.
Yeah.
And Doc Rivers wasn't the greatest thing. Could have been a lot worse choices.
Sure.
But picking up Darvin Ham as your assistant coach has got to be the dumbest thing ever.
Salute.
Like, there was no need to pick him up at all.
No.
It was especially with like his past history, like with the Lakers. Like, the most they did was win a play-in tournament.
Oh, hey, thank you.
Not play-in tournament, not that. I meant the in-season tournament. Sorry.
Yeah, okay. We're not going to talk trash about the in-season tournament, all right? You got to realize. Matter of fact, Darvin Ham is undefeated in the NBA in-season tournament. So whoever he goes next year, if he doesn't make it through this year, if they win the in-season tournament, Darvin Ham might be the greatest in-season tournament coach of all time.
He's undefeated in that. Actually.
He's undefeated, man.
I thought you were just talking about the Lakers, but I forgot the Bucks won this year.
Yeah, dude. He's a 2-time back-to-back NBA in-season tournament champion. A little reference there for those that if you know, you know. Gates, did you bring top 5 players that are overrated in the league right now?
Let's hear yours first.
Okay. Well, I was gonna go. We can go back and forth if you wanted to. 5, 5, 4, 4, 3, 3, 2, 2, 1, 1. If you're okay with that.
Let's go. I'll go first then.
Okay, go ahead. Yeah, who's your 5?
Rudy Gobert.
Yeah.
I can't stand him.
I got Rudy Gobert, number 5.
Why in the hell do you pay someone $41 million a year and you give him the extension, dude? And he doesn't I'm not saying he's a bad player.
Yeah.
It's just he doesn't bring much to the floor.
He's a lob threat and he plays post defense. He doesn't play perimeter defense.
He clogs up the paint. Like with the Wolves, I think they need a more versatile center.
I would agree. I think that's why they traded Cat when they couldn't trade Rudy Gobert. If they could have gotten rid of Rudy Gobert and
they would have
Cat,
in a heartbeat. But the problem is his contract is so screwed up. It's like, as a general manager, I'm looking at them like,
why would I take that?
Oof.
Right.
Yeah.
Why would I want to trade? Why would I want to give you assets to take this player? Right.
Yeah.
At least you guys got Dante and Julius out of trading Cat, which I don't think is necessarily nearly the same, but to each their own.
Mm-hmm.
At number 4, I'll go first. I got Alex Sarr. Do you even know who Alex Sarr is?
Yes and no.
Okay, he was the first. I think he was second or third overall pick last year by the Washington Wizards. And he was supposed to be the next Victor Wembanyama, but he looks more like John Wick with the way he kills their chances of winning any fucking game he plays in. Like, he's that bad. He looks terrible. I don't even know how this dude dominated in France because now, before I was like, oh, everybody who comes out of France, I'm like, damn, they might be a stud, right? And now, I'm not convinced. They might have some duds over there. All those players might not be that great.
Yeah.
Who do you got it for?
Ready?
Yep.
I love him when he plays great. So I'm just gonna get him off the list. These are not in like chronological order or anything.
Okay.
I just want to get that out there.
Okay.
I freaking hate Julius Randle. Most overrated freaking player.
This is a personal attack, ladies and gentlemen. He really does hate Julius Randle.
Like, love him when he plays great. I hate it when he just like. Don't get me wrong, he's good, but he actually, I don't know how to express my anger. I just hate him.
He has so many angry. All right,
Like
for those that like don't
the
know
past
George,
couple of
go ahead.
weeks, he's been doing fine. Like they've been on like a good winning streak ever since he came back, and then now like they're just like up and off.
There have been times where this man has been watching a Timberwolves game where I've seen him literally almost pull his hair out of his head because of the takes that Julius Randle has. Like Julius Randle will spin fake, the ball, he'll lose the ball, get the ball back, spin fake, drive to the post, spin fake, lose the ball again, and then chuck up a three. And this man will literally almost pull his hair out of his skull. So
I don't know what game it was. It was from like a couple weeks ago, months maybe. He got stripped, got it back, and then tried going back at it again, and then got stripped and lost the ball. I'm like, dude, pass the ball.
Yeah, pass the ball. I agree. Also, just real quick, for his shooting splits, Alex Sarr is averaging, as a big, mind you, okay, he is 7 foot tall. He's averaging 40% field goal percentage. He's supposed to be a shooter. He's averaging 32% from three. He has 1.6 turnovers per game. And he's only shooting 66% from the line. Just not a good player. Number 3, who you got?
I got Jordan Poole.
I also have Jordan Poole at 3.
I think it's just because you have the keys to go do whatever you want, and then you don't do anything with it. It's like
he has a chance to shine on the Wizards, but he is averaging the lowest field goal percentage. He's a top 50 scorer, but he's averaging the lowest field goal percentage of anybody on the top 50 in scoring this year. The lowest field goal percentage. His splits are terrible. So not only do you have the ability to take 32 attempts per game, or however many he's averaging, but you're also trash. And you're not.
No.
You're not. I
don't know if it's because like the Wizards are like actually trying to just tank, and that's the reason why.
Could be.
Oh, holy crap!
Or is it because he's just that bad?
Well, I don't know. He was really so good on the Warriors. Like he was being considered the splash bro when like Clay was dealing with his off and on injuries.
Yeah, and then he got fucking clocked by Draymond Green.
Draymond Green knocked the sense out of him or something, dude. Like
I think he gave him CTE, and now he doesn't actually know how to take good shots.
I swear.
Yeah, no. Jordan's averaging 37 from 3, 42 from the field, which is the worst. 42.7, which is the worst field goal percentage in the top 50 in the NBA right now. It's pretty bad.
All right, ready?
Yeah, go ahead.
The next one, I got Russell Westbrook.
I don't
agree,
but go ahead. Go ahead. Tell me why.
Well, every time he's traded, okay, or picked up by another team, they're expecting him to be like, the former MVP.
Sure.
Triple-double, And then every team finds out real fast that he's not. He does bring good things to the table, like his defense and his IQ.
Yeah.
But man, oh man, I think he's just a liability. Like from 3.
Sure.
He's not your most consistent shooter. And as like
I
the
would.
Nuggets don't have the greatest bench anymore as they used to, like 2022. I
No.
said 2020, 22. All right. Anyways, so like those role players, you need them to come off the bench and give you like that light, which you can sometimes, and then majority of the time you just can't.
Yeah, I feel like Russell is one of those players who plays with passion and energy and intensity at all times.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, he's lacking in the skill department in some areas. Like he's not the greatest shooter in the world. We know that. His mid range, his midi game is insane, but
Oh
like he can't shoot the ball from deep.
no,
He attacks the rim very well, but
he
he's not
makes
as
yeah.
athletic as he used to be. Um, he is
I'm not saying he's a
averaging
bad
13.
player, but
Right. But I mean, people still think he's an MVP candidate. Like there's literally groups out there called Westbrook for life, which
he was not.
he's not an MVP candidate. He's not even close to like a 6 man of the year candidate.
No,
Um,
like Lakers.
he was terrible
Holy
on the
crap.
Lakers. He wasn't good. Yeah, he's doing better this year. He's a good role player. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah, I'm gonna say he's a good role player, but just a liability
Um,
sometimes.
at number 2, I got Klay Thompson.
Ooh,
14 points per game, Klay. You're shooting
yeah,
less than 40. You're shooting less than 40% from deep.
but you
He
gotta
left the
think.
team that made him.
Are you talking about this year or like the past couple
This
of
year,
years?
this year, this year. I'm only talking about this year when I'm talking about these things.
That's a hard one because of like injuries. So now he's expected to play a lot more minutes, which is tiring. And he's not like that player
So,
to go out and get you a bucket.
so I'm supposed to feel bad for Klay at 35?
No,
Is,
I'm
is
just
that
saying like
no?
it's hard. Like when all your star players go down. So
I mean, with Anthony Davis in there, he's averaging like what 20 a game, I think. But like at the same time, like it's not convincing to me. It's not gonna make me think he's not overrated, especially for how much he's being paid. He's a third option, and Austin Reeves is a better third option.
mm-hmm.
Like we got it number 1.
Michael Porter Jr.
You just hate the Nuggets, huh?
No, it's either him or Jamal Murray. Well, Jamal Murray is actually doing pretty well this season now. I think he just had a
Yeah,
rough start.
Jamal
But
Murray's doing fine.
Michael Porter Jr. is not the shooter he was like 2-3 years ago.
Yeah,
Like I used to be scared when he shot the ball.
yeah. Trust me, I still am.
It gave me like nightmares like Luca. Luca used to
Nightmares.
scare the crap out of me every time he shot that ball.
Man, he still does every time. I'm telling you. Just wait till the playoffs comes.
But like Michael Porter
He
Jr.,
might.
it's like
Yeah.
kind of just
He's taking a step
fell
back.
off
It seems like he's not shooting the ball as well. He's not playing
his
as much.
defensive
I think.
performance. You
Yeah.
know,
Yeah, I'd agree. Like I think overall his game has just started to lack a little bit. It's not. It's not where it needs to be. If that makes sense.
no.
Um.
And
And
long
number
term,
1.
I don't know if he'll be there.
Oh no, I don't think so.
No.
I think he's probably done after this year if they don't win the title. I don't see them bringing him back. At number 1, part of me wanted to say LaMelo Ball. Like
Dude, but he was going off this year until
he is. He was. He's a stud.
now he's
Don't get me
injured.
wrong. I'm not gonna say LaMelo Ball. I just wanted to piss Carter off more than anything. I'm gonna go Pascal Siakam. Shout out to my boy Zach.
Mm,
Pascal is a one-move pony who is long, and that is why he has a lot of the success he does. That's
one
it.
move pony is
A
crazy.
one-move pony. He has a little turnaround jumper, and that's about all he's got. He's not that good. Indiana's not gonna. They made it to the finals last year, right? But like
Mm,
at the end of the day, or not last year, 2 years ago. No, the Eastern Conference Finals. My apologies. But like Pascal's not that good. Like he's just not a superstar. Like people try to glaze him like he is.
yeah,
Oh, the Pacers are good because they have Pascal. They're not. He's not. It's not who they want them to be. It's that simple.
not that good.
Go ahead.
Oh, no, I was just making
Okay.
a statement.
Final possession, Gage. We have one bold question for the fans. I have a would you rather between 2 players. Do you?
What do you mean?
Okay, so For instance, on the docket we have, would you rather build around this person or this person if you were starting a franchise today?
Yep.
Yeah, I have one. Ready?
Yep.
Would you rather build around a healthy at all times Paul George or Christian Braun?
The problem with Paul George is he really didn't do much. Like I guess you could say like he didn't win anything.
Yeah.
Like playoff wise.
Yeah.
So it's really hard to go off of that.
I think it's easier to find a like second tier superstar to bring to your team than it is to find a first tier role player.
Yeah. That's very true.
So I think I'm building around Christian Braun. Now, hang on, let me tell you these stats real quick for this year alone, because obviously if we're building around them, it's what they're doing for us right now versus what they've done for us in the past. People are gonna be like, how are you choosing Christian Braun over Paul George? Paul George is averaging 16.2, 5 rebounds, 4 assists on 43% field goal percentage this year. Okay. Christian Braun is averaging 15.2, similar numbers, 5.1 rebounds per game, similar numbers, 2.5 assists. I understand that. He's not a point guard. He's a shooting guard, right? He's doing it on 57% field goal percentage. Christian Braun right now is more valuable than Paul George.
Paul George. Dude, I don't know what it is, but like when Paul George went to Philly this year, he was not good at
People
all.
thought they were gonna light the league on fire.
No. So Joel Embiid fell off.
Right. Well, Joel was
Bad.
hurt for a good part of the season. Couldn't play back-to-backs. Nobody knew if he was going to show up to a game. Like, there was a lot of things going on there, you know? But yeah. Anything else you want to chat on?
I have a question. Ready?
Go ahead.
Would you rather build around Nikola Jokic or Shea? Since we have 2 MVP candidates, you know, might as well.
Between Jokic and Shea. That's a tough one. Shea's 26. What's Jokic? 30 now? 30?
Still got another 5-6 years out of Nikola Jokic.
This does not reflect based on the MVP that race this year, because Shea is going to win it.
Nope.
But I would take Nikola Jokic.
Nikola Jokic?
I would build around Nikola Jokic. Nikola Jokic is a unicorn. Like, he is a once in a lifetime.
He can do everything.
Everything.
It's like Wemby though too.
No, Wemby does not have his. Wemby does not
You don't
have
think
his
so?
intelligence when it comes to passing.
Okay. Well, yeah. I'm talking about
Nikola
like
Jokic. We could have an argument about like a starting five. I could put Nikola Jokic in my point guard, and people wouldn't be like, "Oh, that's crazy." They'd be like, "Well, I guess yeah, you could put him there." Like, Nikola Jokic is not being frowned upon as a point guard. He's averaging 10 assists a game right now.
Yeah.
Right. Like, Shea's good. Don't get me wrong. 33 points a game. You know, I don't want to sound like I'm glazing on him, but Jokic is a once in a lifetime player. Like, Jokic, if you redrafted the NBA in its entirety in history, Jokic is a first round pick right now.
He's top
Shea's
10 or
like
no?
Second? No, he's not top 10 all time. God, no. But if you redrafted the entire NBA, right, fantasy draft style,
Yeah.
Nikola Jokic would go in the first round. Shea would go in probably the second or third round. Shea is just having a way better season this year.
All right. Let's do it then. We should draft 5 players. And then next week.
Players right now?
Yeah, and then next week.
Okay.
We go over them.
So we're doing a position battle to end the episode.
Yep.
Okay. So what's the criteria? We're just doing the best team we can?
Yep. Do you want to do best 5 or do you want to do 6?
Let's do 5 plus a 6 man.
Okay.
I like that. How do you want to decide pick? You want me to ask Siri?
Yeah. We know heads or tails.
Heads or tails? We should probably decide whether we want. I'll be heads, you be tails, all right?
Okay.
Flip a coin. It's heads this time. So I got first pick.
Yep.
Let me take that man on the Lakers.
Who?
LeBron James.
Mmm.
First overall.
Ready?
Yep.
Taking Shaq as my center.
That's fair. I'm going to take Kobe Bean Bryant with my second pick.
I'll take Magic Johnson, my point guard.
Magic Johnson at your point guard.
Yep.
I'll take Steph at my point guard.
I guess I'll take Michael Jordan as my shooting guard.
That's a good pick, I think. About time you picked a. I'm going to take Giannis Antetokounmpo as my 4.
Ready?
Yeah.
Nikola Jokic, my 4.
At your 4?
Yep.
Giannis is outrunning Nikola Jokic all day, dude.
No, trust.
I have a fast break star team here.
No.
At my 5. Let me see. Do I want to take a page out of your book, or do I want to just take my 6 man right away? That's the question. You know what? I'm gonna take my 6 man.
Yep, let's hear it.
I'm gonna take that kid from Indiana, the white boy with the long hair. Yeah, I'll take Larry Bird as my 6 man.
Ready?
Yeah.
I'll take Vince Carter at my small forward.
That's a good pick. That's a good pick. At my center, who would I want to play against Shaq? That's the tough matchup right there. Because on the if we get fast break, we're winning the game. But obviously, if we're in half court sets,
Half court.
Man. I'll take. Man, this is tough. In the half court. Making for a great podcast time here, Gage. I'll take Akeem. I'll take Akeem the Dream.
Okay.
Akeem the Dream.
That's for your center, right?
The one player. That's my center. Yeah. The one player who has shut down Shaq twice.
Oh my God, what's his freaking name? I gotta remember again in a second.
Yeah, you gotta remember. While he looks that up real quick, I'm gonna go ahead and plug next week's episode. If you want to leave a comment in the comment section down below, it will probably get read on next week's episode on screen. Little shout out to you. Also, I think next week we're gonna be pretty close to the end of the season. I think we'll be doing our regular season award ceremony for the In the Paint podcast. We'll go over MVP. Obviously, the scoring leader is the scoring leader. We can't do anything about that. We might have a couple of awards of our own that we'll come up with too. So we'll talk about that next week. But Gage, who's your
Ready?
Who's your last pick? Yeah.
Got Ben Wallace.
Putting Ben Wallace.
My 6 man.
As your 6 man.
Yeah.
So you went big for your 6 man, and I took Larry Bird. Okay.
Yeah. Got a defensive menace.
I think I got you in 5.
No.
I think I got you in 5. I might sweep you.
No.
I might even sweep you.
That's cap.
Steph Curry is running circles around Magic.
Mm-hmm. Well, Magic's just bigger.
Sure, but in the full court, Steph's gonna blow by him, right? And then he's not guarding Steph from 3. That's just not happening. Kobe and Mike's a wash. LeBron versus Vince. Come on.
Oh.
LeBron's dropping 40 a game. Okay. Let's be honest here. Giannis against Nikola would be a pretty good matchup, obviously.
All right, actually, I'll switch it out.
What the hell is this?
I'm gonna sub my benching.
What? What the hell?
I'm gonna put Nikola Jokic at 3.
What?
Ben Wallace at 4. My center is Shaq, and then I'll have Vince Carter come off the bench.
I'm sweeping you. I might beat you in 3 games, dog.
No, no.
I might beat you in 3.
All right, we'll go back to the 80s rules then.
Oh, the 80s. My team would be just fine in the 80s rules. Are you kidding me?
No.
I got Kobe and I got Larry. And I got Akeem.
I have Shaq and Nikola Jokic.
Yeah, Nikola Jokic doesn't get his free throws back in the 80s, dog.
And the greatest passer in the game, or one of the greatest passers.
You talking about LeBron? He's on my team.
I'm talking about Magic
All right.
Johnson.
All right. Anyways, we're out of here. We'll see y'all next week. Thank you for tuning in, and make sure y'all stay in the paint. Deuces.